Blessings, sisters. Blessings and good morning. Good morning from sunny Sedona. Just let me get myself set up a little here so you can see our beautiful goddess. It's rose petals from my ceremony with my priestess mentees yesterday. Okay, good morning, sisters. Today is the 2nd of May, 2021. And here we are for our weekly gathering. Let's see if anyone's coming on. Yes. Hey, Pat, good morning. Thank you for some of your beautiful shares in the group. So appreciate it. Thank you, sisters, for showing up as always. Wow, it's been a big week for in Donnie's world anyway. And I'm glad to be here with you. I have much to share today. After a week, a technically incredibly challenging week. So we'll wait for a few more of you to come on the line and we'll get started. Amy, good morning. Evelina, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. Rosemary, good morning. It's good to be here. It's so good to be here with all of you. We're like the little priestess tribe, the little return of the priestess tribe. Monica, welcome. Good afternoon to you too, dear. Okay, so let me get a little sip of my water here and then we're going to get started. We're just at 2 minutes after. Okay, great. So today's theme is tech challenges, purging rage, and a message from the goddess Durga. So some interesting things have occurred this week. I'm excited to share with you and explore what comes up with you and see if there's a transmission or offering that will facilitate also anything that you're clearing in your life, given the activation we had on last Sunday, and preparing for this Sunday's gathering, which is 2 hours later than it was last Sunday. So it's midday Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and I don't know. Anyway, it went out in the email what time it is in London and Sydney. Okay, so let me just say hello to a few more sisters. Sarah, welcome. Good morning. Monica, I said hello to Monica and Rosemary. Hello. Janelle, welcome. Hi, good to see you here. Maureen, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's ground and center and get to the message of the day. I'm just having trouble. I put my laptop up on a few things and I changed it a bit so it's a bit different angle today. Okay, so if it's safe to do so, you can close your eyes. Welcome, Usha. Just this is the invitation to turn inward, to take a few moments to give yourself, to get connected with your inner energies. And taking a breath in, allow the breath to be the vehicle that takes you inward, home, to the deep self that resides in peace deep inside. And exhaling to release all that does not serve you in this now moment. Breathing in to expand into the heart space, open to the generous present moment. Exhale to settle in. Settling into your energy field, settling into your body, settling into your physical location. And again, breathing in, opening to receive whatever is available for you during this transmission in your highest good, service to your highest good. Opening to become available to that and exhaling to release all that could limit your full blessing in this now moment, in our time together. Thank you. Okay, I just want to do one little techie thing I forgot here. Hold on a second. So, since we changed time zones, or time, this fall back, spring ahead, Arizona doesn't change time zones. So I go from going live at 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. So sometimes it takes me a few weeks to kind of get used to that because I was in New Mexico where we changed the time. Anyway, here we are. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so I want to say hello, Irkala. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I want to thank you for some of the beautiful support you've been offering this week with the techie stuff, with the tech challenges on the energetic level. So if you spell out how to pronounce your name, I like to pronounce people's names correctly. That would be great. And maybe I'm saying it right, Irkala. And Vivian, hey, welcome, girl. Good to have you here today. Okay. So again, our topic today is tech challenges, purging rage, and a message from the goddess Durga. So, wow, what a week it's been. It began with our live ceremony where I really, the thought literally never crossed my mind that I have to upgrade my PayPal to let enough people in. I have been spinning so many plates that it just, my apologies, it slipped through the cracks, and I didn't even realize that we would need to have more than 100. So I have since upgraded. We can fit 300 people today, attendees. So that's 299, 98, 297 other women besides the 3 priestesses that will facilitate. So there we go. Hopefully that's enough. I want to start by thanking you all for your support and your kind words and your encouragement as well, and your feedback. It's really been helpful. For the most part, all of the sisters have been incredibly supportive. I've received a lot of beautiful emails of support, and there were only 3 women who had incredible knickers in a twist. Of course, they probably do not understand technology, do not understand nearly what's involved in the back end here, and took it personally. What are you going to do, right? This happens. But for the most part, I felt incredibly held and supported by all of you and many other sisters, and we've been fielding a lot. It's been quite an epic week, probably the single most challenging week I've ever had in my life in terms of the technical end of my business. We've had every kind of technological thing except, knock on wood, Facebook going down. Otherwise, all of the different platforms that we've used have in some way or another been a wonky trouble challenge. Now, by come Wednesday, it started to smooth out, and Tuesday night, my figurine of Durga came. So Durga, I want to just touch a little on her and her energies. I'm not going to go into the full story here, but she is a Hindu goddess who comes when all the gods are stuck. They cannot get rid of the demons who have inhabited the earth. And there's a tale that no man or god could destroy these demons, and they completely take over the earth. And so all the people are enslaved and suffering, and these demons are living high on the hog in the most extraordinary luxury, while everyone else are basically like beasts of burden and have no freedom and are suffering. Gee, sound a little familiar? Anyway, we won't go there with that. But there's a little loophole, right? Because it says no man or god can kill these demons, but the goddess can. So all of the gods get together and they go to Durga's abode, and they beseech her and they ask her, please, will you come and save us, because the world is being completely overrun by these demons. And the story is wonderful. And so I encourage you to take advantage of, go to the email for day 1 of the speakers and grab Sally Kempton's free gift, because she tells the story. There's 2 audios. One is a Durga Puja and the other is the stories. And you can find out what happens, okay? But basically, she destroys the demons. She's the one who rides on the tiger, or sometimes a lion. I think it depends on where in India you get this story. But anyway, so that's the backstory I want to tell you, because what happened was, Sunday I was flooded with emails after the opening ceremony. And again, there were 3 who were very angry, but the rest were just like, hey, okay, I'll catch it on the replay. Did you know? But there was like, wow, a lot of emails to filter through. Then Monday we had problems. Tuesday we had problems. And then Tuesday night, this figurine of Durga comes because in the upcoming retreat I'm doing, we're going to be working with Durga. Okay. So I set her on my altar and I just, go to bed and do my usual night thing, go to bed, wake up at 2 a.m. in a state of such gripped distress that I couldn't sleep. My mind was just, so I cleared my chakras and I kind of tried to center myself and I could really feel her. It wasn't in words. I can't say it was words, but I'll just kind of translate what she would have said. Basically, which was, daughter, get yourself up and get to the altar. Now I have a message to deliver. So that's what I did. I was like, right, because laying here in bed is pointless. So I might as well get up and go to my altar and meditate and pray and just feel what comes through. So it was clear that I had to write, and I do, I channel, most of you have experienced me channeling the Divine Mother in one of her guises, we could say, one of her aspects, one of her focalizing energetic frequencies. But I also do, automatic writing, that's what it's called. So that's what I want to read to you now. So it began first by me kind of writing out the specifics of the various and sundry technical challenges we had. And then I wrote, but I could feel her coming through, I could feel this energy coming through. So then I wrote, what is going on here? So that's what I'm going to read to you now. This is all quoted. Let's see if I want to get this where I can read into the mic. What is going on is the great purge, says Ma. Ma is a name for mother, right? Says Ma. As I gaze upon an image of her splendor now, here at my altar, she stands with such peaceful equanimity, her many arms and hands holding the symbol so meaningful to us in these end times. And again, a quote, with mercy we slay the demons, she says. The demons of greed and fear, of devotion to false idols, and worship of the meaningless. I am fierce, but not rageful, she says. I am the mother who brings back home her lost children. At the end of time, I am fearless and unperturbed by the machinations of the world, for I stand in eternity calling you home. The demons of your lower mind must be slayed now, daughters. The fears and attachments, the resentments and rage which prop up your identity on one side, and the guilt, shame, and denial of your true power on the other. There is no more time to hold out. Sorry, let me start that one again. There is no more time to hold out for bitterness, paybacks, or revenge, nor rescue or escape into some new lens. Now is the time to purge yourself of the false dreams of who you think you are. Now is the moment to set yourself free. Let go, let go, let go. Now, let go. So just take that in for a moment. There's more. Just take that in and breathe that in. This is the Great Mother speaking to us through the lens, if you will, of Durga, the god, her fierce form, her calm, cool, and collected, yet destroying the demons of the lower nature form, talking to us. In battle, my many arms wield death, Yet I remain ever peaceful, ever present to the Om lotus rising amidst the blood-drenched battlefields of the ego mind. Amidst the blood-drenched battlefields of the ego mind. The mind that's in battle, right? I command attention, for I am the Great Mother. And no man can stand before me who would dare violate my perfection with petty desires or carnal passions. The rage within the collective feminine is as a bottomless well, she says. Vast as the great seas, unquenchable as an eternal thirst, hungry for justice or revenge. And yet, no peace comes for those who would chase an end to this suffering with what is but a dream. Only when the demon of illusion is cut down does peace return. The demon of the egoic mind. The demon of the dream, the samsara of this world. Samsara is the cycles of reincarnation and suffering in the 3D egoic consciousness. She says, I invite you now. I invite all of my daughters to flow rage through, offering it to me as I wield my axe and sword for your liberation. Surrender your attachments to all identification with pain or suffering. Let go. Bring to me the rage, felt and unfelt, and let it go. I am Durga, Great Mother, Lady with the Lion. I ride to battle in peace for your liberation. Wow. So just let's breathe for a minute. Let that trickle in and feel into what this message is for you. For if you are here listening to this live or on the recording, there is a piece of this message for you. The Great Mother is rising within the hearts and minds of women and men, within the collective, and of course, Mother Gaia herself, the earth. In order for us to ascend into a fifth dimensional consciousness, it is necessary for us to rebalance what has been long out of balance. We have lived a long time with the masculine dominating the feminine, and the feminine within women and men being negated, degraded, raped, and pillaged. It is possible in this time, as the feminine rises, for us to hook into the collective rage and to stay locked there. But that would defeat the purpose. The energetic frequency of this time is one of rebalancing so that we can come back to the Hieros Gamos, the divine union and co-creation with love. Not just creating children, of course, but creation itself as divine creator beings in balance. And so it is very important at this time that we use the energies that we have tapped into to move them through, to flush them out, to offer them to Durga, to literally eat them, to take them, so that we can heal and clarify. So on the Sunday morning, last Sunday, when we had our opening ceremony, we activated the womb space in a powerful way. And that activation stirred an energetic in the collective that needed to be stirred up for a shaking out, if you will, of all the disruptive energies that needed to be cleared. It is important not to look at this as an external attack and stay in the dualistic perspective, but to recognize that within us are the patriarchal structures that need to be dissembled and released. That is why Durga came in. I also want to point out that the first day in the speaker series, we had the beautiful Jonita de Souza, who talked about righteous rage and whose offering is womb rage. So if you are a sister who has trauma in your womb space and you need help and support in clearing that, by all means, take advantage of her work. It's important that you clear it, that you do that. It's very important, however, that we do not cling to the righteous rage anymore. We cannot. I also want to point out that also of the 3 speakers on day 1, one of the other ones, there was Z Earth Star, whose powerful starseed energetic transmissions literally do clear energy in a way that is multidimensional. She is a starseed who came with a mission for these times, very different than some of us who are old souls. We're like, all right, we're passing the baton on, we're done. What do I need to do to surrender and get off the wheel of samsara? And then the 3rd speaker for the first day was Sally Kempton. And again, her free offer was the Durga Puja and the story of Durga. So that energetic signature and the beginning, starting with the blessing with Mother Mary of the womb space, think about the potency of this combination. The signature that's sent forth into the field for this year's Return of the Priestess. So all of us literally holding this container, especially those of you who are here with me, who watch these each week or participate live, we've been holding this field of Return of the Priestess for a year. So if things are moving through you in your life, there's 2 ways for us to deal with this. One is on the personal level, what needs to be addressed in my personal life to be healed and cleared. But the other is to recognize that you are holding an energetic for the collective right now. That this is a powerful activation for the collective feminine, for all of the sisters, and there are thousands of us moving through this series each and every day. And so you may find that you are dealing with wonkiness in some way, shape, or form in your life that's connected with this. Move it through, work with Durga, offer it up. Now, a caveat here. We're moving very, very quickly right now. And today at noon, so it's almost 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 3.5 hours from now, but as I record this, we move up into the heart chakra. And so who knows what we're going to activate in the coming week. So be prepared. Stay deeply connected with your spiritual practice on a daily basis. Know that some of what you're moving through is also moving for the collective. And so you got to witness my as the lead priestess, as the facilitating priestess, and the one who was assigned this task of calling together the priestesses and calling, the whole thing. I've had to navigate technical difficulties, which we've got to witness. And again, that's why I thank you, all of you who've done so much energy work to help with that, to help clear it through. And I've also dealt with some personal issues, mostly health stuff and anger, rage stuff. I've had my liver, I think I mentioned it last week, my liver has been intensely inflamed and irritated this week. I have a healthy life, and I eat healthy, etc. So I'm dialing in and working on it and stuff. But I know that it's an energetic as well. It's not just what I put in my mouth. So it's been interesting to do the dance with rage, to feel things rise up with the technical frustration, and really having to take very tender care of the liver. So what I got as guidance today is we're going to be working through some chakra energies at the beginning of the live stream today for Return of the Priestess, moving up from the womb space into the solar plexus. That's where the liver is, and those energies, clearing that, womb space, so the sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, up into the heart, and then we'll have Priestess Nadine McNeil, the Universal Empress. She's going to be doing some yogic asanas for us to help us with those energies to really come into the heart space. And then we're going to have Priestess Tiffany Tin to do some light language to really activate and charge that. So I feel like this is moving through. It's moving out the other side now. It's rising up, the Kundalini rising up. And just notice how this may have showed up for you this week, the Durga energies, and notice if there's stuff there that you particularly on a personal level may also need to continue to work with in terms of womb rage, the feminine collective rage, and know that this is the time not to seek revenge, not to fight for justice, to, I'm going to fight this, not to say that we shouldn't have justice, that's not what I mean, but fighting against is not the energy that's going to work. One more thing I want to say here, and then I'm going to look at your comments, and we'll dialogue a little bit as possible in this format. Listen to that story, that audio from Sally, because what happens is there's a point in the battle where Durga is battling the armies of the demons, and she's killing them all. And then the demons send their top general demons who every time a drop of blood is spilled on the battlefield of those particular super bad demons, they spring more of them spring up from the blood. And that is the point at which from her third eye springs Ma Kali, the goddess with the lolling tongue and the necklace of skulls. And what she does is she jumps out and she starts lapping up all of the blood so that the demons cannot reproduce. So that's why I say we literally have to offer it up to the Great Mother. You could call her in as Maha Durga, Great Durga, or Ma Kali, Mother Kali, or any other way you want to refer to that, to her energy. Or if there's another way that you are working with a dark, what we would call a dark goddess, right? A destroyer goddess who is liberating us through the destruction of the egoic demons that keep us in the battlefield. So if you think about this, those drops of blood all create more demons, right? That's like when we want to stay in the battlefield with the ego. We just create more karma. We create more destructive energies. And so when the rage or the anger or the pain comes through, when we feel the frustration or the defensiveness or whatever it is that's happening for you, because it will be unique for each of us, offer it up to her. Offer it up to the mother. We need to bring in that divine feminine frequency and co-creative balance, not to try and conquer the masculine or conquer the injustice by forcing further hatred. And I know that most of you who, if you're here with me, you already know that. But just when we're deep in the struggle in our own lives, this is the time, whether it's a physical ailment, the loss of a loved one, a conflict, there's so much conflict, a feeling judged and wanting to judge others, all of that stuff. We can hold on to it. We can look for revenge in the name of justice. We could try and force our will, or we could say, love is the more important thing here. Mother, take this from me, that we may all be healed and free. So that's what I got for you this week. I hope this is in service to you, of course, as always. May this illuminate you, offer a boon, a blessing, insight, and aha, whatever. Thank you again so much for holding this space so that this could come through, because really, I'm the conduit, but I'm not doing this alone. So I'm not, we are doing this together. We are doing this together. Okay, so let me have a look now. I could see a lot of stuff coming through. So let's see here. So Irkala is, I asked her earlier how I say the name. I say it as Irkala, Irkala, Irkala. With my accent, any pronunciation is fine. Thank you, Irkala. Pat says, boy, do we need Durga these days. Paula, good morning. Marisa, good morning. Sharon, good morning. Paula says, can we please have a transcript of your Durga message for us, if that's possible? You know what? I'll do that. I want to write it down right now. Transcribe. I'm either going to, yeah, transcribe. Because it's handwritten in my journal. Transcribe Durga message. Yeah, it's pretty potent, isn't it? That's when, when you're writing things and then I think like, is it me writing it? And then I look back and I go, oh no, that wasn't me. That wasn't my writing. I'm bringing it through, being the scribe. She says, I'd like to circle words that jump up and speak to me. Then I would weave a sentence and find the message that is unique for me. Wow, beautiful, Paula. I love that. So sisters, listen into that. That's a powerful way to work with any message. Circle words and then create a sentence, especially if you're a word person like me. That sounds like a really cool, magical tool. Vivian says, I have been in deep grief as a mother. My 21-year-old son and millions of other young people and their grieving mothers are getting the jab. Yeah. Scrambling for what they are told would give them their life back. I surrendered my attachment by Friday. What a massive shift for me. Durga, thank you. Vivian, I hold you in my heart, and I hold all the mothers who know the risks involved and are watching their kids make this choice. In my heart with compassion. It is a distressful thing for sure. And of course, hold all of those who are making that choice. We don't know what's going to happen. But those of us who have done research around it, we know it's a scary possibilities going on. So I hold you in my heart, and I am so grateful that and I know you're a very dedicated priestess, so I'm so grateful to hear that the shift has come for you. Irkala says, yes, it's the Hyros Gamos of the universe with part of the soul of what was another universe. Ooh, interesting. So she sends a link there so you can check that out. Thank you for, I'll check that out at some point here. Thank you. It says something unveiling the complex, but I can't see the rest of it. But thank you for sharing that link. Vivian says, I finally spoke about this with, whoops, I just clicked on something there. With my son, love was overflowing. Shocking, really, after months of grief and anger, I am not responsible for his choice. Right? That's the thing. Parenthood is like an exercise in continually letting go. First they start to crawl, then they start to walk, and before you know it, they're going, Ma, there's nothing to eat in the fridge, and then they're making their own adult decisions, and we have to let go. Usha says, I haven't managed to see day 1, 2, or 3, but wondering if it's okay to have watched 3 and 4 and go back to day 1. Absolutely, Usha, absolutely. Vivian says, I'm lapping up the blood, absolutely. No more battle to feed the dark. It is time for the deepest of love. Thank you, Dawn. What a time we are in. Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for those poetic and beautiful words. Yes. In a sense, we're all lapping up the blood. Let us not create more demons in these times. There are plenty out there already. Usha says, really resonating with our message today. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, thank you, Usha, for being here every week. Thank you. Rian, hey, Rian. She says, thank you, dear Dawn, for your message and your realness. Thank you, Rian. Thank you for seeing me always, and blessings to you, sister. Sister up the road. Christine says, thank you, Dawn. Chris writes in from Egypt. Woohoo! Perfect advice for me right now. I'm on a pilgrimage with 19 other women, and today irritation and defensiveness have been strong. Give it up. Worked with Sekhmet yesterday, so this makes sense. Yes, Sekhmet would be the Egyptian equivalent. Different. They're not exactly the same. I don't want to diminish the power of Sekhmet, the lioness. But this is one of those goddesses that is this power that comes in. So thank you for bringing in the Sekhmet energy today, Chris. I love you lots, girl. I'm so excited to hear about your adventures there. Heika, I think that's how I pronounce your name. She's welcome, sister. She says, thank you, Dawn, for the reminder. Fighting against injustice is clearly not working anymore. Great Mother, take the rage from me. Let me walk in love instead every moment of my life. Thank you for your transmission. And thank you, Heike, for your willingness to give up the battle for enforcing justice and offering it up to Great Mother, that love may descend upon all of us and flower in our hearts, because that's what this planet needs right now. So thank you. It takes courage and love to be willing to step away from the battlefield of right and wrong and 3D efforts at forcing and justice and buying into created agendas to keep us separate. Let us be the love we came here to see. Amy says, I had many moments of clarity this past week. Triple exclamation point. Great. Yay. Some surprises during the womb activations that really gave me wonderful insights to more shadow work to do. Wow. Beautiful, Amy. Beautiful. Thank you always for doing your work too, sister. I also realized that the smallest of triggers can hold us back in a big way or propel us forward with lightning speed. So true. It's like when you pull the elastic band back and you let go, ding, it goes really fast, right? When we don't let those little triggers, when we let them roll off our back like water off a duck's back. And I'm not saying I've got it figured out, because I definitely, especially this week, because when I'm in my technology stuff puts me in the left brain, right? You know, it's like this, that, and the other, and emails and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. It gets very easy to get hooked in, because you're in the brain and the mind and not the heart. It's like that continual reminder, like come down into the heart. So thank you, Amy, for that beautiful reminder and modeling for us. Chris says, good to know. We'll work with Durga too. Yeah, well, you've got, you're there in the lap of Sekhmet, so you've got some good power there as well. Judith, hey Judith. She says, thank you for sharing your message from Durga. So powerful and so important for us. Yes, indeed. And then Denise, welcome. She says, blessings and good morning. Okay, so sisters, thank you so much, as always, for being here with me. I deeply appreciate and honor each of you for your work that you do. So much of the work we do in these times to uplift humanity, to get us locked into a more optimal timeline for our own evolutionary journey, it's humble, really. I mean, it's that quiet work on the altar. It's that at the altar. It's that inner forgiveness work. It's that work that never will get praise or glory or any of that stuff. But that's the work. That is the work. You could say, well, I get to do this big summit and people know about me and all that stuff. Well, a lot of it is so unsexy in the background and really a slog sometimes. And honestly, it is super valuable. And I thank all of you for holding this space, because I've gotten some letters from sisters that are like, wow, it does change lives. And I tell you, could not happen if it weren't the silent inner work that I do at my altar every morning, every night. And we are all doing it. We are all doing our part. There is not one of us that is unneeded or unvalued at this time. Every act of forgiveness, every act of prayer, every act of intentional goodness, every act of self-awareness of where we need to clean up shadow material is an act that uplifts the entire planet. So thank you, sisters. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for all those acts, all those intentions, all those prayers that will never be known or seen by anyone but you and Great Mother. These are the small acts done with great care, as Mother Teresa once said, that change the world. So I hope to see you all in a few hours on the live, our second live ceremony. In the meantime, and again, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are uplifting the world into the 5D, us and many, many others around the planet. So do not underestimate the value of your love. Thank you. We will see you again here next week, same time as always. and hopefully we'll see you noon Pacific for the live stream. Much love, many blessings. I'm going to go have my breakfast now. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now.